everybody, welcome back to another Random Sam, Epic Mom, and it's time for another book review. Now, I've done a couple books in this series before. The author is Nalini Singh, Blaze of Memory. Now, I've actually I'm rereading the series, and I've done a couple books in the later in the series. So if you guys want, you can check out those reviews also. But for now, focusing on Blaze of Memory. Now, little backstory, in case you haven't seen the other ones. Alright, in this, this is a Psy-Changeling novel, and in this world, the way it works is that there are three races. Now, you don't have black, white, all that. You have changelings, you have humans, and you have the Psy. Changeling, obviously, are shapeshifters, and it's not just one type of thing like werewolves. It's, predatory animals, non-predatory animals, all of that. And it's just a natural part of their world. They've got healers, they've got all sorts of people like that. They even adopt humans into there's intermarriage and all that. Then there's humans who are pretty much the basic. We're just kind of going along. We're not really special, except for we're more innovative and artistic than the other races. And then there's the Psy, who are very cerebral. Now, the Psy need a Psynet, which pretty much connects their minds. It feeds a part of their mind that they have to have connected. They have to get that feedback from others. So, because their psychic gifts, whether it was empathy, telekinetics, telepathy, even forecasting, being a foreseer, seeing into the future, a lot of things. There's M-Psys, medical Psy, who can, almost see into your body and such. So, 100 years prior to the setting of this book, and their whole race was just kind of going crazy. They had these amazing gifts, but a lot of these gifts were causing people to go insane because they could control them. So their race decided, we're going to institute silence, which is pretty much silencing all emotions. They're pretty much cold machinery in an organic body. But some people break this conditioning. And the conditioning is actually taught to kids when they're little, going up, and they're not supposed to have any type of feelings. They're supposed to be very, what's the nicest way to put it? Just blank. Trying to have more power is okay. Trying to do a lot of different things is okay. But you're not supposed to have any type of feelings. And then if you're caught having, breaking conditioning, they'll rehabilitate you, which makes you a pretty much walking vegetable. So it's pretty terrible. The Psy are ruled by their council, and their council is power hungry and hides, all the bad stuff. Like, the whole preference of silence is that it got rid of all the violence, it got rid of all the insanity and such. Well, that's not really true. They just hide it. They hide the killers, and if the killers are necessary for, the stability of the Psynet, they kind of cater to them. So it's pretty much the council has become so corrupt that they're not helpful at all. So at this point in the series, some Psy have defected. They found other psychic networks. They've found all these things. But in this one, it deals with a guy, Dev. He's in charge of this Shine Foundation, which is set up to help people who 100 years ago, when silence came into effect, this big group of thousands of families kind of defected from the Psynet, kind of made their own network, psychic network, because they weren't willing to silence their kids. They weren't willing to give up emotions. And they have become known as the Forgotten. So they're almost like a fourth race at this point, because they've intermarried with humans, but their psychic gifts have kind of evolved on a different line than the Psy, because the Psy have pretty much just kept their core, abilities. They don't really let new stuff happen, while the Forgotten let it happen naturally. but because they were hunted by the Psy, they had to kind of split up. So the Shine Foundation is set up to help kids who don't know about it, to help the descendants of those original families. So Dev is now in charge of it, and he is brought in previous books. But in this one, a Psy is dumped on his doorstep, and Ekaterina was a scientist who was really working for the rebellion. Technically, she worked for the council, but they were really trying to stop the councils from the inside. Due to what her friend did, they blew up the laboratory that she was working at. And without anybody knowing it, she was taken by the council member, and she's kind of been broken. That's the nicest way to put it. Her mind's been broken open. She is pretty much not the person she was. She doesn't even have a memory of it, of who she was. She has triggers that make her, convulse. And she's kind of a sleeper cell. She's been sent to take out Dev, to possibly get more information for the counselors. And throughout this, she's going to fight that program, and she's going to fight being that tool for them. And throughout, they're going to fall in love. He's going to realize that some of the things that he's just been set against, she's going to open up his heart to possibilities, and it's just going to be heartbreaking but moving. She has information trapped in her mind that is just critical. It's showing how much the Psy are degrading mentally and such, and how dangerous they're becoming. And she's got to get it. She's got to get it. Nobody realizes she has this information, but she's got to get it. She's got to give voice to this event. So it's kind of her fighting a programming, but following what she knows needs to be done, and him trying to, balance taking care of his people with being there for her. And it's just so much emotional backstory. This one, I can honestly say, because in the previous book that she was in, they were trying to save kids who were being experimented on. So that's heart-wrenching to begin with. But she's going to see these kids who she helped save. But she's worried they're going to hate her. She's going to get to see her friend. She's going to have all these options open to her. And all of a sudden, she's no longer silent. Even when she was working for was a rebel, she had a little bit of broken silence, but she was still, very much in the silence protocol. And now she's not. She has no silence. She is having all these emotions. She is having past memories hit her because she has no memory at first. So she's having to reconcile who she is now with who she was and what's happening in the future. And it is just unbelievable. It's just, I'm trying to think of the nicest way to put it. It makes you really see that our past does affect the type of person we are, but as we go forward, we can change that. We can choose who we want to be as a person, and that no matter what happens, you've got to continue to do what you think is right. And this book is just, like I said, it is very emotional. It is very, heart-wrenching. And I do not have any shame in saying that I will occasionally cry at movies, but I will even cry at books. And this one, oh my God, it got my heart. There was times I just wanted to cry, and other times I just wanted to go hug someone. And it's just, again, guys, it is a tearjerker, but it's a wonderful story. It is a wonderful world to visit. And I just hope you guys can get out, go to your local library, look it up online for an ebook, whatever. But please give this book a chance. Again, it is A Blaze of Memory. It is part of Nalini Singh's Psy Changeling world. It is wonderful, guys. It is really, really wonderful. Please, please, meet Katya, meet Dev, meet all the other characters from previous books. And again, guys, if you are reading any of these, any one of these books can be a standalone book. It's really awesome. You get more in depth to it if you've read previous books and such. But once you do start reading them, you will find a character from this book in the next book. And it's, just a continuation of all the people and how they interact, and how, because of one person's act, how it's grown and grown and grown. And it's just amazing. There is action, there is mystery, there's suspense, there is romance, but it's not like in your face, down your throat romance. It's, developing that trust, it's developing the feelings. And I love her writing. It is amazing. I love the idea that such different people, and you guys, this isn't like our world where, everybody's ticked off at people because of the color of their skin. No, this is, here's one person who can change into a leopard or a wolf, and here's another person over here who could change into a deer, and then you've got a bear shifter. You got all these shifters who have to coexist, and they've got their own kind of laws, but they've still got to work together with humans, and the humans and the changelings have to work with the Psy of all the different Psys, and it's just amazing because we don't think about it so much, but in our own society, we've got people who will have to work with academics, who, the blue-collar workers, to the stay-at-home moms, to just the teenagers, to the outdoor adventurous ones. We have so many different personalities in our world that we're always having to, mesh with. That it's really cool to read books like this where the differences are just so much more in your face, but how friendship does not matter. If nothing else, these books, even while you're seeing the romance unfold, you're seeing these people who, whether they're Psy who've been told they have to be emotionless, who decide, no, I'm gonna have my emotions, or it's changelings who are having control the rage that's inside of them because of their animal beast and what's going on around them, or humans feeling as if, they're kind of at the bottom of the hierarchy. They feel like they're always being overlooked, and they're just pretty much around to, pick up for the other races. And it's just so amazing that in these books you're going to see, whether it's one of the short stories or the full novel, you're going to see people in your mind who are just pretty much opening up those connections, having those relationships and those friendships, and how, the one friendship of one person's going to bring other people into their lives. And it's just so amazing. These stories are great, guys. Please give them a chance. Again, it is a blaze of memory. I'm going to sing. It is a wonderful book. And if you guys have read it or any of her other books, please let me know what you think of them down in the comments. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos already on YouTube. And give us a like and subscribe. And if you hit that bell for notifications, you'll know when we put something new out. So try to make every day matter by finding the fun. You guys have a great one. Bye.